Alright. There is going to be a day that the Christian gets removed from this earth. Those who believe. Now, let's have a clue as to when that happens. For the coming of the Son of Man will be just like the days of Noah. Okay? That's in the book of Matthew 24:37. So, question is, what about the days of Noah? Then the Lord saw that the wickedness of man was great on the earth, and that every intent of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. That is what's happening today. If you saw any part of the Olympic opening, you saw what God is disgusted with. And so, in the days of Noah, he built an ark, a boat. And God guided 2 of each of the animals onto the ark. Then Noah and his family, himself, his wife, his 3 sons, and their 3 wives, got onto the ark. Then the door closed. And that was it. Then what? Then God destroyed mankind. All of it. Except for Noah and his family. And they sailed safely. Just as the church, those who are believers, will sail away. Away from this world. It's even written as Jesus came to Abraham. Yes, Jesus came to Abraham. Remember, Jesus is eternal. And he told Abraham and his wife, Sarai, you're going to have a kid, a child. And they didn't believe it. But that wasn't his true purpose of being there. Not his first intent. He came to tell Abraham, that where his cousin Lot was living was about to be destroyed. And Abram asked, he said, well, what if there's 10 righteous people there? Will you destroy it? And he said, no. No, no, no. And so he asked, well, what if there's 1 righteous person there? And Jesus said, no. And so 2 angels went to Lot, and they said, hey, you got to get out of here. Get your stuff and go. And so they did. And because there were no righteous left in Sodom and Gomorrah, God destroyed them with fire and brimstone. And archaeologists are digging up what was Sodom and Gomorrah. And they found and are finding that both cities were destroyed by fire and brimstone. There is a city called Pompeii at the base of a volcano, and it's called Mount Vesuvius. And they were doing the same thing. Lust, greed, gluttony, all of it. And the volcano went off, fire and brimstone again, and destroyed Pompeii. You see, gay and lesbian is an abomination. If it's an abomination to God, it's an abomination to me. If it's a sin to God, it's a sin to me. And yes, I have sinned. But I have been forgiven of my sin through the blood of Jesus on the cross when he was crucified. And yes, it did happen. Think about it. They talk about BC, before Christ, and AD, after death. Just for one guy? Just for one plain, ordinary human being? No. No, it was because Jesus was, is, and will be the Son of God. He divided time between the Old Testament and the New Testament, which is the gospel. Gospel meaning good news. And that it is good news, because all who have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God without salvation through Jesus, without accepting his sacrifice, you are going to be like the people in the days of Noah. You're going to be destroyed. But not quite like that. Because he's not going to kill. He's going to give you a chance. One more. There's going to be a 7-year tribulation. And it's going to hurt. The first 3.5 years, relatively, aren't going to be so bad. But the last 3.5 years are going to be horrific. There's going to be death everywhere. That's what you want. It's what you get. I mean, there's going to be absolutely no moral whatsoever. But there will be people that will turn and say, please God, save us. And they will be saved. Because there will be 144,000 Jews, virgin Jews, left here on the earth for a revival. To teach, to preach, to help people to walk in new life with Jesus. But if you don't accept it and keep in your ways, tribulation is going to happen. Just that fast. Just that fast. And when the door closes, then what?